Now, if I talk about question number 11, students, what we have been given 3 raised to the power 2 sine 2 alpha minus 1, 14, 3 raised to the power 4 minus 2 sine 2 alpha are the first three terms of an AP. So you can see here, this is an AP we have, right? So what we can write, we can just write in this way. We have been given, this is an AP, so 2 into 14, right? And we can write 3 raised to the power 2 sine 2 alpha minus 1 plus 3 raised to the power 4 minus 2 sine 2 alpha, right? And we can take 3 raised to the power 2 sine 2 alpha is equal to t. And we can substitute here, we get a quadratic equation. So once we get the quadratic equation, we should get t is equal to 3 and t is equal to 81, right? So once we get t is equal to 3 and t is equal to 81, we can equate this with 3 raised to the power 2 sine 2 alpha is equal to 3. Got it? This is 1. Now, 2 sine 2 alpha is going to be what? This is going to be 1, right? Here what we have been given 3, yes, 81 is also there. So 3 raised to the power 4 is equal to, we have 3 raised to the power 2 sine 2 alpha. Got it? Now this 2 sine 2 alpha is coming out to be 4, right? And sine 2 alpha is 2, so which is not going to be, right? So that means we have 2 sine 2 alpha is equal to 1. So what we can do, we can just substitute 2 sine 2 alpha is equal to 1 in this case. In this case, right? So what are the values we get? So let's have a look at this part. So if I talk about 2 sine 2 alpha, that is 1, we have minus 1, right? This is 14 we have, got it? Then we can take again sine 2 alpha, 2 sine 2 alpha is 1. We can write 3 raised to the power 4 minus 1, got it? So that means we can write it as 1, and this is 14 students, and this is coming out to be 27. Can you see that? So this is an AP we have, right? So once we have the AP here, so we can find the 6th term. That means A6 we can find it out. So what is A6? A6 is coming out to be 66 because the first term is 1, right? And the common difference is 13 we have. We can just substitute the value a plus n minus 1 into d and we get the answer, right? So 66 is the correct answer we have. So friends, let's talk about question number 12 now. The mean and the variance of 7 observations are given as 8 and 16 respectively. And the 5 observations are 2, this is 4, this is 10, this is 12 and this is 14 we have, right? We have to find the absolute difference of the remaining 2 observations. The remaining 2 observation is nothing but, let us take it as x comma y, right? And we have been asked to find the absolute difference, that is mod of x minus y. Got it? Now what we can do? You see, it's mere calculation in this problem we have. Now, if I talk about the mean, yes, mean is coming out to be how much? This is 8 has been given to us. And once you substitute the values 2 plus 4 plus 10 plus 12 plus 14 plus x plus y we have, right? And these are the observations we have been given. So this is divided by, we can write it as 7, which is coming out to be how much? This is 8 we have, which is nothing but x plus y is equal to 14 we have. Got it? So this is equation number 1 we have, right? Then we have the variance to be 16. Variance to be 16. Variance is 16 means sigma xi square divided by 7. That is the number of observation minus mean, right? So this is 8 square we have. So 8 square is equal to, we have been given 16 here, right? So from here, what we can get? We get x square plus y square. This is coming out to be 100. Okay, and this is equation number 2 we have. Fine. Now, if I talk about x minus y, yes, just have a look at this formulas we have. X minus y square. X minus y square we can write. What we can write? We can write x plus y whole square minus 4xy, right? So once you get x plus y is equal to 14, we have x square plus y square is equal to 100. Okay, so we can just substitute the values of x plus y and xy. This is mere algebraic calculation we have, and the final answer we get as what here is 2. So that means the option 1 is the correct one we have. Now friends, let's talk about this problem, question number 13, a very interesting problem based on complex number. A bit of geometry is used, but a very easy concept which is involved here. If the 4 complex numbers z, we have z conjugate, then we have conjugate of z minus twice of real of conjugate of z, then we have z minus twice of real part of z, represents the vertices of a square of side 4 units, right? This has been given to us. Then mod of z is equal to what? Now let's have a look at a square first of all. Let's draw that square in this case, right? Let's have a look at this part, see. I think that will really help us. So this is coming out to be 4 units. This is 4 units because the sides are equal in square, right? And we have been given A, we have been given B, we have been given C here, we have been given D. So if I say A, this is coming out to be Z, and this is what we have Z bar, right? And then we have C as Z bar minus twice of real of Z bar, right? And what is D? D is coming out to be Z minus twice of real of Z, we can write, isn't it? So you can see here, these are all the sides given, and the complex number has been placed, and again these are the the specific complex numbers which are the vertices we have. Now the sides, yes, these are the sides of a square, so obviously sides are equal. So that means we can do one thing. See, we need to find mod of z. That means we need x and y. So there we can just find out the mod of z to be under root of x square plus y square. So if I take z minus z bar, right, and this is going to be 4, 1 point. And also we can take, say, z minus of z minus twice of real part of z, and this is coming out to be 4, right? So if I take z is equal to x plus iota y, so this is coming out to be x plus iota y minus of x minus iota y, which is equal to 4 we have, correct? And this is coming out to be twice of iota y, which is equal to 4, right? Now magnitude of y is coming out to be 2 in this case, got it? This is the first case what we have taken. If I talk about the second one, this is the first one, right? And this is the second one we have. So first one is implying this. What about the second one? So if I talk about the second part is second equation which we are considering here. We take z to be x plus iota y, got it, minus of x plus iota y, right, minus of 2 of real part of z, that is coming out to be minus 2x, got it, which is equal to again 4 we have, fine, and this is coming out to be twice of x, which is 4, or mod of x is equal to 2 we have, fine. So we have been asked to find mod of z. So mod of z is what? Root of x square plus y square, that is coming out to be how much? This is coming out to be 2 square plus 2 square, right? And this is what we have. We have been given 8, which is coming out to be 2 root 2, fine. So third option is the correct one we have, right? So hopefully this is clear to you.